Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to my weekend live. My name is Francisca. For those of you who do not know me, I am a certified health and life coach, a real estate investor, a former educator who has taught ESL and French for over 20 years in the United States, in Canada, and China. I am also a speaker with a Distinguished Toastmasters designation, which is a DTM, the highest in Toastmasters, which is the equivalent of a PhD, and I am also a wealth creator with a mind assistance program. Today I'm going to talk about something exciting. I know it's an exciting topic. The topic is an institution of learning with no graduation dates. Every college, university, they have a graduation date. You go through primary school or elementary school, then you go to middle school, high school, university, college. They all have graduation dates. But there's one institution of learning which is very hard for some people. It's a hard institution with no graduation date. Who can guess what that is? It is MARRIAGE, marriage. Marriage is a besieged city. Some people who are in the marriage, they want to get out. And there are people who are outside who want to get in. Why do I say there's no graduation date? Because when you get married, you keep on learning. Okay. It's a whole learning process. When you're courting or dating, everybody is putting on their best behavior. The man and the woman, sometimes they are pretending and they're hiding their weaknesses. When you get married, you see a different color, a different person. Yes. And sometimes some people date, or when they are courting, they don't ask the right questions. And when they get married, they learn things that had they known they should have asked. For instance, one question that people fail to ask, I will say some people fail to ask, you should always find out through conversation about the medical history of the family you're going to marry. Do they have sickle cells? Do they have cancer? I know of somebody who was dating a fellow from a family of sickle cell. The mother of the girl told her not to get involved with that fellow because he comes from a family of sickle cells and they have lost children in the process. It's good to know the family background, the history, the medical aspects of the family that you're going to marry in. Many people forget to find out that. It's very important. So when you're courting, sometimes they will hide things from you. I'll give you an example. I know of somebody who was dating and he was so nice and pleasant. But when he got married, he began to spit. And the wife said, "That's a nasty behavior. When I was dating you, I never saw you spit like that in public." He hid that part from her. Yep. So when you get married, you tend to see the person's true colors. Then when you retire, you also learn another part about the person. But when you're retired, you're not working. So they're like three phases, or actually four. The dating phase, the honeymoon phase, the marriage phase, and the retirement phase. And you also see when the person gets ill. How do they handle you? Yep. As a matter of fact, when I first came to Canada, I lived in Ottawa. And then one Sunday morning, I was looking for a church. I was new to the city. I was just walking and I saw this building. I said, "Oh, this is a church." And I just entered. And the pastor preached a sermon I never forgot. I didn't even have to take notes. I remembered it from memory. He said 3 things that you should do in order to keep a marriage. The first one is do the things you used to do while you were dating. For example, if every Friday night you went out to a movie and dinner, when you get married, you should do the same. you should continue. And then I will add to that that when babies do come, some people they used to date, and then when babies come, they stop dating. They stop going out. You should go out, but let's say the baby is maybe 2 months old, 1 to 2 or 3 months old, depending on how you feel. You can look for a babysitter, but you don't even have to pay the babysitter. Find somebody, a family, a friend, or a neighbor who also has children. So you can swap, you can do trade by barter without paying. That's another solution. So he said the first one is to do the things you used to do while you were dating. The second one is to read the Bible and pray every day. Actually, that should have been the first one. I made a mistake. Read the Bible with your spouse and pray every day, at least twice a day. In the morning when you wake up and at night before you sleep. Then the third thing he said, find somebody in your church who has been married for 25 years or more and ask them to serve as mentors since you're newly married. So if you have any problems, you can go to them without you going to tell all your friends and all your family and all your neighbors. And those 3 points that he gave were so distinct, I didn't even have to write them down. That was 2001, and I remember those 3. Well, I can also add to that because I have a friend who was married for 26 years. Unfortunately, her husband passed away. And she told me that one reason that she has been married for so long is that she went for premarital classes, and the pastor gave them 10 things that they had to do to stay married. Unfortunately, I cannot find it, and I'm trying to get it from her, but she said that she's doing renovation, so she doesn't have it handy. But there is one thing I remember she said. She said, never scream at your spouse. You know how people have arguments and you raise your voice and you scream? She said, only scream if the house is on fire. Another thing that she told me, which I recall, she said, compliment your spouse every day on what they are wearing or what they have done for you or for somebody else, at least once a day. There were others that she told me, but I can't remember them. So, I just wanted to share this about marriage is an institution where it has no graduation dates because you keep learning and learning. And every marriage is different. Some people struggle in their marriage to keep it easy. Some people have it easy. It depends on who you marry. If you choose a wrong partner, it's like hell. It's hell. But if you choose a right partner and he or she, they can work together, marriage can be very enjoyable. So that's my spiel today. Tomorrow, Sunday, October 15th, I will be talking about yes, no, and wait. And tomorrow evening, I will be on a webinar on a Zoom. I will be talking about my cancer journey, a journey of survival, how I conquered breast cancer without chemotherapy. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, and have a good evening, wherever you might be tuning in from. Bye for now, and see you tomorrow.